Hello and welcome to the virtual staff room. These are the techie updates for March 2023. This is James stepping in for Paul yet again. He'll be back next month, don't worry. Okay, so the first one is to do with Google Drive labels and how to change them within Education Standard and Education Plus. This is done using the Google Drive API, so that you're able to, as it says, add, modify, delete, or publish different labels within your domain, within Google Drive, using that API tool. This is an important one, which not a lot of people realize. In the past, if you're doing mobile device management on the Google Admin Console, people would be asked to download the Google Apps device policy onto their mobile phone. This now needs to be updated because they've pulled the Google device policy and they've replaced it with a very aptly named Android device policy. So you can, as an admin, you can look to see who will be affected by this change because they will lose access. It needs to be updated this month. And you can see within your admin console who's still using the old Google Apps device policy and who needs to change to the Android device policy. The link at the top of this slide, which will be shared, shows you as an admin how you can actually notify the users affected and what steps they will need to take so that they do not lose access if they're using their school or college account on a mobile device. This next update is only really for people who've got any of the Poly devices, which are Android-based Meet hardware. More integration with Google Meet for these Android devices. They are still, it's an update that's coming to Google Meet, and then once the update to Google Meet has come, then the next rollover of the Poly software will include the functionality. This one we covered yesterday in the user updates. This is where, as an admin, you can allow users to, you as an admin can provide a custom background, so be that school logo, be that school name, to their Google Meets so that they don't have to use the default images or download and upload an image background of their choice. This one is a security setting change. So where it used to be sessions would never expire unless you told them to, that is now changing to a default recommended setting of 16 hours. So your session length will be changed to 16 hours, just so that your security updates can take place and people aren't logged in and just stay logged in. This one we covered yesterday as well, but again, as admins, you need to know this, is that you now have, you need to set it up, first of all, for client-side encryption, which we've already covered in the previous Techy Tuesday, but now they've added this as functionality on the client-side encryption to Google Docs and things like that, so that you can actually add additional encryption when you're creating docs. Again, it's only Education Standard and Education Plus, doesn't cover fundamentals. This is launching in beta. Again, this is similar to the Drive thing that we looked at. Is via the Calendar API, and it's allowing you as an admin to manage the working locations of people within your school, within your campus, so that you can share whereabouts and things like that. But again, it needs to be programmed via the Calendar API. It will also allow you as an admin to basically see where a user is at any given point. This one we covered yesterday as well. This is to do if you're using Looker. Again, you need the Looker URL that you need to point to, whether that be an Amazon Web Service location or an Azure location, and you can connect Google Sheets to that Looker URL instance in order to provide you with sort of like big data analysis. This one is to do with chats. Admins now can do an admin install when it comes to chat apps. We know that there's certain bots that we use within chat, but there are additional apps that you can actually apply to chat, which now you can actually push out. So for example, this one is PagerDuty. You as an admin can push out to Google Chat to certain organizational units or to groups. Updates from BET. Flexible policy management with extended group-based policy support in Chrome OS. I'll let you read that. Basically, it says what it is on the tin. Block, warn, report end user actions, screen capturing and sharing, greater security center integration. So it's basically like if you can something like as an admin say if someone tries to screen capture, as it's showing in this little GIF, you've set the policy to say no, that's confidential information. You're not allowed to screen capture that. This one, I'm not entirely sure. It's coming soon. It's to do with giving admins a better oversight into what Chrome OS is doing with your data. It's going to start, as it says here, starting later this year. You can see the little image that they've put in here, essential services and non-essential services. This obviously is in early stages. They're still working to get that sort of up and running. But the more insight that admins have and the more control that we have over school and college data that's being processed both by Chrome OS on Chromebooks and also the Chrome browser, the better. This one is to do with app safety. So you as an admin can go in there and manage what they call an app badge to basically see what it is, what the app is actually pulling. And again, this is related to that. Last year, Google announced the context-aware access. This is now context-aware access for apps. So it's understanding what data apps are accessing using APIs. It allows you as an administrator to see the impact of the settings that you're putting in place for those specific apps before you actually make the change. This one, not a lot of information on this one. They're just adding greater visibility with additional log event data in classroom and assignments. I'm sure there's more coming for that, but not a lot of information from Google at the moment as to what that looks like. This is basically just a new Google Workspace admin help. They've created basically a new portal, which is available. If you click within the slide on this link, it will take you to this page here. So you basically put in your issue and it will walk you through and try and help you out. That's it, guys. All done.